Hello everyone, FunctionX here. Welcome back to Utopia³, playing the Feed the Beast Resurrection pack. We're having a little fun here on the Utopia server, and I wanted to first talk about the pack and what you can expect from my channel. There's a little bit of controversy going on in this pack on the server, on the forums, in general, because it has GregTech and focused on GregTech. On the server here, we have hard mode enabled, which means, you know, it changes a ton of recipes, makes everything more difficult, more tedious, you know, and everything. And kind of a lot of people say, you know, I don't want to even play GregTech because of the changes that it makes. On my channel, you're going to see a lot of GregTech, and you may not want to play GregTech, and so you think, why watch? And I'd urge you to watch just so you can see what GregTech is, because there's a lot of misnomers about what GregTech does and kind of the how difficult it is or whatever it does, you know, to change the maps. So why not watch it on my channel, see all the intricacies of GregTech, you know, not trying to avoid using GregTech, but trying to use it as intended, processing things through GregTech in the right order as we build up in tiers, that kind of thing. You've got other people on the server that you should be watching. They're doing a lot of fun stuff. They're mixing GregTech with other machines, you know, only using GregTech when necessary, that kind of thing. Some people are completely avoiding it altogether. So you get a full range of the Feed the Beast Resurrection pack on how to avoid GregTech or how to completely focus on GregTech. So that's my channel in a nutshell with this this series anyway. You can see I've got goggles of revealing on. I am doing a little bit of Thaumcraft, but I'm going to mostly do it off camera because I still want to do a Magic Bear season. I think we're on 3 or 4. I don't know. So you won't see a lot of Thaumcraft on my channel in the videos because I do want to do a Magic Bear season 3 or 4. I can't even remember what I'm on, and that's going to heavily focus on Thaumcraft and Blood Magic and a bunch of other magic mods. So I'm just using it for convenience purposes. You just know that in the Feed the Beast Resurrection pack, you do have Thaumcraft available, and it can be used for you know, things like running faster if you get the Boots of Traveling, or to when I'm building, I have a Wand of Excavation that helps me a lot. I just made a gold banded Greatwood wand with an excavation focus on it there. Anyway, so that's enough about Thaumcraft. Let's focus on how the bases change. You can see I'm starting to get my little. It's looking better. This is a carpenter's garage door. I don't know if I'll keep it in this shape, but I just put it on there because mobs were coming in. But this is the base. I still haven't decided when I want to do this little outcome, or, you know, it's like a hexagon kind of. Hexagons don't look very good in Minecraft, I've found. But anyway, I've got to put something to break up the wall so it's not just this white wall. So right now it's dirt. It'll be something else in the future. In here I've mined out and made it a lot bigger. You can see I had another room there. This room is completely finished now, and this is where I've put my Thaumcraft stuff. Really don't have a lot, just a deconstruction table, work table, research table, and a crucible. Nothing else really going on. Down there I've got my cactus farm and a netherwort farm. I've planted the netherwort on IC2 crops. That's mostly for convenience. Oh no, I've got weeds. I didn't... Crap. How do you get rid of weeds besides breaking the things? I don't know how those got there. I planted netherwort on everything. Anyway, it makes it easier just to right click on netherwort. You don't have to plant it, and you don't have to soul sand. Is another big reason for having these IC2 crops. Anyway, so that's my netherwort farm. Let's put this back and make sure we don't get weeds this time. If you have something growing in every crop, there you shouldn't get weeds, I don't think. Okay, so let's go over here. This coke oven's still going strong. Lumberjack turtle's doing well. I moved a lot of my temporary storage into this little alcove. This is all temporary. Upgraded my furnaces to iron furnaces. That's really piece of cake to do. Oops, recipe. Just 5 iron plates, so 10 iron ingots. Upgrades them. That just makes your coal work a little better. I've upgraded to a high pressure furnace and a high pressure, or no, I think that's the only one I've upgraded there. And I've got the high pressure coal boiler. You've seen that before. This has been making tons of steel. Look how much steel I have. Stack and a quarter. And I've added an ender tank here. that's holding some steam for myself. Move that over there. Not much else changed in here. I do have a lot of charcoal going on, and let's go over and look in this room. This room is going to be my electric machines for now, and my bed, and a random chest. But I've gone and put the ender tank over here, and then a large hardened portable tank. I upgraded most of my tanks to hardened because I had plenty of Invar. Oops, I keep hitting you. Just for Invar around the copper tank makes it Invar, and that gives us 4 times as much capacity. That's really important with things like the high pressure furnace. This thing takes a lot of steam to run, so having a big buffer like that is good. And then this one also takes a lot of steam to run. I just updated them all because I had the Invar for it. And that means I can pretty much leave this guy running full time and it will fill up the steam, you know, as long as I'm processing something. Anyway, let's get to the episode. We want to make a turbine. Start with a turbine, see how far we can get. I've got all the ingredients, I believe, ready to go, which includes 7 rubber sheets, 8 copper plates, 6 bronze plates, 8 steel plates, 15 tin plates, some tin and iron bars, and the electronic circuit that we made in the last one. So we've got the basic steam turbine. If we take a look at this, it says fuel efficiency 66%. I have no idea what that means. I think it just uses a certain amount of fuel. These ones use more fuel, obviously, more steam. I don't know. And it outputs 32 low voltage. GregTech makes electricity a little bit different, and you have to calculate it. You've got amps and volts. Volts is how big a packet is, and amps is how many packets are sent at a time. Wires can hold a certain number of amps. Machines can hold a certain number of volts. And I believe to get the certain number of volts, you multiply the volts by the amps to get how many volts are really sent to the machine. Does that make sense? So anyway, we're gonna need to stay below 32 volts in all our machines because we're just build basic electronic machines. So this is perfect steam engine. We don't want to go to this advanced, or we'd have to step it down, or it would blow up the machine. Anyway, time to make it. Let's start with this LV machine hull, which takes some LV machine casings, which is just a wrench with steel around it. So we should be able to get that, no problem. Oh, broke our wrench. We did. Okay, let's get a new wrench. Make it out of bronze again. Not that one. Don't make that one, or you're not going to have a good day. Where's my hammer? Where is my hammer? I'm not seeing it. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Okay. This work table seems to be breaking machines faster than it should. So let me get a bronze hammer, I guess, as well. I'll have to go review the footage and see what durability that thing was on. Because it looked like the wrench and the hammer broke together. We'll need some sticks. Alright, there's our hammer. And there's our wrench. Okay. So we got the machine casing. The next thing is to upgrade it with some tin cables. Tin cables take tin wires, which are tin plates with the wire cutter. So let's go ahead and do that to all of our tin plates because we're going to need a lot of these guys. Okay, we got all the tin wires, and now we can mix those. Let's see. I think I didn't want to do that with all of them. Anyway, make the tin wires like that with the rubber sheets. And now we should be able to take 2 of those, put them with the LV machine casing, and get the LV machine hull. All right, we got one. First piece down. All right, well, we got the circuit down too. Then we're going to need, let's go for the tin rotors because they're pretty easy. What the heck? So a hammer a screwdriver. Oops, we're going to need to make some of this other stuff first. We need to make the tin ring. We're going to make 2 of these. These are hammer with tin rods, which is a file on an ingot. So let's take our file. Now where did that go? What is up with our machines here? Oh, I'm really getting upset with where these tools are going. Did I not have tin? I thought I had everything ready to go with fine durability. Alright, so we're missing a file. Oops, no, go back to this one. They're changing places on me. The file is a stick with 2 plates. Fine, 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 fine. Hammer those together, dude. I can actually just use the plates I've got and come back and get those. So, stick, 2 bronze plates. Alright, there's our file. File on tin to get the tin rods. Then to get the screws, was it? What was it? Or no, tin rod with a hammer there. Okay, on 2 of them. We'll turn them into these little rings. Okay. And on the other 2, we will turn them into screws by sawing them in half. I'm gonna love it, right? Alright, and then... Nope, go away. Was it a... What was it to get the screw? A file, okay. There we go. Alright, the 2 screws. Now we should have everything we need for the fan motors. So, hammer, file, screwdriver, screw, tin ring, and the tin... What plates were these? Yeah, those are the extra tin plates that I needed. Dang it. I need 8 more tin plates. I wasted... Alright, well, they'll come into use eventually. Just means we're going to have to... No, not a compressor. Don't compress my steam. Hammer them. There we go. Okay, so we're going to have to wait on that. So let's do the other piece, which is the motors. We're going to need iron rods, tin cables, and copper wires. So let's take the copper wires, or make some copper wire. Let's make some iron file. Trying to remember the recipe. There we go. Iron rods. And is that everything we needed for these things? Yeah, should be. Alright, so copper, 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 copper. Iron, iron, iron. Tin, tin. Okay, that did not work. Something wrong with our rods here. Pig iron, rod iron, pig iron, rod iron, iron rod. Okay, the middle one takes a magnetic iron rod, which is an iron rod with 4 redstone. So let's get 8 redstone for that. I mean, it's not difficult, right? It just, you have to work for it. It's not just going to give it to you. Alright, there we go. There's our iron rod. So let's try that again to make these guys. So, tin, tin. I'm nervous about shift clicking because I think it's like breaking my tools here. So that's why I'm not doing that. And regular iron, regular iron. There we go. Alright. Motor, motor, done. Okay. Let's see how those tin cables or plates are doing. There we go. They're all done. And that is to make our tin motors. Try this again. Hammer, file, screwdriver, screw, ring, and plate. There we go. 1 and 2. Something break? Doesn't look like it did. Just made a weird noise. Okay, I think we're ready to make this turbine here. So it's... Oh, we need these copper wire, or bronze tubes, or wires up there, whatever they are. Bronze fluid pipes are 6 plates. In that order. Remember to make the smaller ones. We did the same amount, but put them in a different orientation. There we go. So we only got 2 instead of 6 to get these big ones. But these can have a lot more steam travel through them at the same time, I guess, if you use them as actual cables. We're using transfer nodes because they work so much better, which I guess it goes against my thing I said earlier about using GregTech the way it was intended. Yeah, maybe I should replace the transfer nodes with actual GregTech fluid pipes. We'll see. Okay, so those there, these here, the extra tin, and that guy, and oh, it worked. Steam turbine. Okay, so if we put this down right here, it's going to get some steam, but it's not going to do anything with it, right? It's just going to make power, and I guess it'll go nowhere. So we need to make something called a battery buffer to actually store the power. I mean, we could just put a machine right next to it and it would power the machine, but I'd like to kind of store this. So let's get a low voltage battery buffer. There is something called an ultra low, but we would blow this one up because it only accepts 8. So let's do a low voltage battery buffer, which takes a chest, some more tin wire, which I guess is a good thing we made those, right? We have them? Yay, tin wire. Cool. A chest, an LV machine hole, so we need another 8 steel plates. Do I have any steel plates left? I thought I did. I have 2. Okay. I have to make some more. Steel, so I need 6 more, so that'd be a total of 12. Hammer those guys up. While that's going, the other things we need to make for this guy are 2 more tin cables with rubber bars on them. So what do we have as far as rubber things? There we go. Okay. 1, 2, oops. 2 there. That and that. Oops, we're gonna have to make the other thing first. Come on, hammer. Start hammering. There you go. 1 more. 1 more. There you go. It's good to have a nice supply of steel once you start doing this. And the hammer. Steel hole. That's not right, is it? Don't put the wrong machine in there. You get the wrong thing. We want the wrench. Alright, LV machine casing. That is what we want. Alright, put 2 of those. Get the hole. And then we put a chest on top. Where's my wood? Out here, I think. We're going to get this, guys. We are going to get this. Okay. Chest there, and then some tin wire. Nice. So this has 1 slot for a battery, to store a battery. We could put more in there, but I'm worried we would blow our machines up. So I'm going to start with just a 1 slot low voltage battery buffer. Let's just do that. If that was a waste, then oh well. And we're going to put the battery buffer, let's see, I think the battery buffer only has 1 output slot, so that's where our wire is going to come out, and we'll probably put our machines right along here. They're not steam, so they technically don't need a exhaust. So maybe we'll put the battery buffer here so we have more room. There we go. Alright. And that is actually going to need a battery inside there. So you make the whole battery buffer and it doesn't do anything because you have to put a battery in it. So let's look up batteries now. We're going to make these GregTech batteries. So we've got a small battery hole, a medium battery hole, and a large. And then we've got acid batteries, cadmium batteries, lithium batteries. Either way. we need to make the hole and then we fill it with something, right? So let's just start with the battery hole is battery alloys and a tin cable. Okay. The medium one is just more alloys and more cable. And then what do we do with that to fill up stuff? Sorry about the noise. How do we fill this thing up with fluid? So we have a fluid canning machine that we can put mercury in or sulfuric acid. We have a canning machine that we can put cadmium dust in. Okay. Or sodium dust or lithium dust. Oh, this is 128 voltage. I don't think we want to do that. How can we fill these up? Fluid canning or canning machine? And these are 32 volts. Yeah, this is what we want. 10,000, 75,000, 50,000. So definitely lithium is the best to put inside your battery. And we get lithium by from tungstate. I don't have an electrolyzer. A hammer on centrifuge. I don't have a centrifuge. What else? Hammering centrifuged. Macerating centrifuged. Seriously? I have to have a centrifuge to get that one. Okay, so we can't do that yet. So what were our other choices? Cadmium. That comes from that as well. Mercury. Where does mercury come from? Extracting a quicksilver. Okay, I can do that. So we need a fluid extractor. Alright, a basic fluid extractor. Oh my goodness. Look at all that stuff. Okay, alright. So maybe we won't be making a battery right now. Because I don't see any other way to make an actual battery without it. Oh, that's a canning machine. How do I get acid? A distillery. A chemical reactor. Raw oil to make sulfuric acid? What? That doesn't make any sense. Sulfur dust. I have sulfur dust and water. Alright, what does a chemical reactor take? Probably a lot. There's so many machines. Chemical react. Do any of them? Nope, no steam ones. Basic chemical reactor. That's basic, guys. Just more of the stuff we've already made. But it's going to take more because I got to get a lot more tin, copper, steel, bronze, everything to make. So maybe that's all we do this time. Let's see if we can turn this guy on and actually get him running just for a little bit. So we'll use 8 buckets of steam that it'll be okay to waste. And if I can find, that's from the last mining trip. There we go. So I'm going to turn this guy off. And this guy's just got 8 buckets left over. Alright, do not blow up. Please don't blow up. Put him here. Alright, is he going? Is he doing something? Steam is in. Where'd it go? Temperature 375. I swear I put 8 buckets in there, but you've only got that much. And I guess it doesn't run when it doesn't need it? That could be nice. That could be really nice, actually. Let's see if I remove this guy because he's empty now. And I just put this 8 buckets right on top. Let's see how much, or no, this is 32 buckets, huh? Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, so we're at 32. Turn that guy on. I drained 20 buckets into there. Okay, so we used something like 29 buckets of steam and we only got 24. So that's what it meant by the 66% efficient, is you don't get all the steam. Some of your steam is lost in transfer. Okay, I see how you are. I understand. I'm getting it. That should fill back up. Yep, okay. Alright, well that's nice. It doesn't actually turn on unless there's something that needs the actual power. So we're good for that. So we could now put some steam cables here, some electric cables here, and then put our machines onto it. Or we could just turn this to our battery box, because I think if it doesn't have a battery in there, it just kind of acts as a pass-through. I'm going to check on a single-player world just to make sure. But let's... can I use this kind of wrench on you? Oops, don't go in there. No, I can't. Okay, so we need the actual GregTech wrench. And I want to change this output to face the battery. So I think I click on that side. There we go. Alright, did you use anything? No. Okay, so now it's facing the battery, so any power should go into there, and then I've got this output slot which I can put wires along. And I might move them over now that I see how they line up, but let's talk about cable in GregTech. So we have IC2 cables, and you guys know how those work. Those just have a certain EU per tick, and EU is the volts times the amps. GregTech's works a little bit different. It can send the wires don't care about volts; they only care about the amps in GregTech. So like here we have this one, which has no, I guess it does care about the volts. Never mind, I lied. The cobalt cable. The lead cable. But it looks like cobalt and lead are both low voltage and have a max amps of 2. So we could put 2 batteries in there and then it would output 2 amps at 32 volts. Okay. But then you can make them fatter and then they have bigger amperage. But you can see the cobalts all lose 2 EU volts, which is the volts times the amps every meter, every block they go across. Lead is the same. Tin is better. So tin only uses 1 EU, so we should probably be making tin cables. We only have 1 battery in there, so we're only going to supply 1 amp, so we can make these really cheap tin cables, okay, which are just 1 rubber bar and 1 tin wire. Do we have any of that left? Where was it? Yeah, we've got 2. So let's get the rubber sheets. I think you can use them just like this, but then you'll zap yourself, so always better to coat them in rubber when you're putting them down. And then we could just put them here and here. And there they go. Still not drawing any power out. I'm not sure. Maybe I need a redstone signal. Maybe it's not going to go into the battery buffer without a battery. I'll figure all this out and let you guys know next time. But yeah, I think that's going to work. And then we'll just put our machines somewhere. I think I'm going to move the wire into the wall so our machines will be nice and flush on the front. So I'll move this guy back and this guy into the wall as well or something. Pretty cool. All right, I'm happy about that, guys. So I think we're going to end here. We did get our turbine created. We did fuel it with some steam. We didn't actually turn it on because we have nothing to power yet. As far as next steps, the GregTech Survival Guide recommends that we make a... hold on, I know what it was called a minute ago. It would be wise to make your first machine either an electrolyzer, centrifuge, or canning machine. But the most needed, if you want to save materials, is a plate bender. The plate bender, what it does is it allows us to make plates with 1 ingot instead of 2. So that doubles our production of plates. So I think we are going to go for that. So let's look at the plate bender. Okay, maybe it's not called that. Let's try just bender. Here we go. So here's the basic bending machine. 32 volts. It's going to take some electric pistons, tin cable, machine casing, motor, tin cable, circuits. Everything we've made before. I think the pistons are new, but they're just gears. There's the steel gears. Remember, this takes a lot more unless we do it in the alloy machine. I think we can still craft them in there with our little stamp. Maybe not. We'll see. Might be able to save some material there. So that's the plan in between episodes, is I'm going to grab all the materials for a basic bending machine, and next time we'll go ahead and make that and try and see if we can make GregTech explode. No, just kidding. We'll see if we can make it actually send some power and run our first electric machine. Until then, make sure you are subscribed to my channel so that you see when the videos come out. If you like this episode, hit that like button. Like it if you like GregTech, like it if you don't like GregTech, but make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see in this series. This has been FunctionX for Feed the Beast Resurrection. Catch you later. Bye.